So what do you do when you have an interesting conversation with some Yahoo on the internet, but it's text-based? Well, you have to reenact it in the most dramatic of fashions. That's what we're going to do today.
Mr. Anderson.
Hi, my name is Mr. Anderson, and I am mean to people on the internet. I'm always very polite about it, though. I just tend to ask difficult questions and insist on the answers. That's probably an occupational hazard because I am, in fact, a lawyer. Now, most of the time I like to do my interactions live, by which I mean, at least over video. But every once in a while I'll get a little spicy and I'll interact with some of the people in my comments. And, every once in a while, those interactions are interesting enough that I want to share them with you guys. But of course, I can't really do that in an interesting way when it's just a bunch of text messages back and forth. That is, unless I reenact them. Now, that's what we're going to do today. You'll notice that, in fact, both of these people are played by me. And I'm not sure that that's what this guy really sounds like. It probably isn't, but this is what he sounds like in my mind. Now, to give you guys a little bit of context, this is an interaction that is in respect of a video on a debate that I had with a man named Jimbob, who, when he was kind of getting cornered and uncomfortable, started just saying that, well, I couldn't really know anything because how could I trust my senses, and what if I was just a brain in a jar?
I mean, when we had this conversation, I was assuming that you were granting me the reliability of my senses. Are you not granting me that?
No, because that's an evaluation. You need evaluation to interact with your senses.
The reality of my senses, then you can't know anything. So I don't care what you
Thank you. So materialism is false then. So you can't have knowledge. Thank you for
because you're saying that I didn't retreat to solipsism, you did.
You said knowledge is possible from a deterministic, mechanistic universe, and you just ended your own argument.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yours.
If it's true, how can you trust? No, I'm not making the argument for solipsism. I'm doing an internal critique of your view.
Can I trust my senses?
What mechanism? No, I'm not making
it. Can I trust my senses?
All right, I can't. If he's going to keep interrupting.
Which is a philosophical concept called solipsism. So I said, well, you're just retreating to solipsism. Like, if you want to do that, then nobody can know anything, and this conversation is pointless. And he got really mad, and he called me a pig snake.
You dirty little pig snake, you fork-tongued lawyer, you little fork-tongued professional liar, you muck-raking pig snake.
Anyway, so this guy is trying to defend his pal. He probably doesn't even know the guy, but his pal Jimbob, and that's where we pick up this conversation.
He didn't retreat to solipsism. He was doing an internal critique of your worldview.
In my worldview, the external world is real, and I can trust my senses. So no, he wasn't doing an internal critique.
Well, there's having a worldview. Everyone has one. And then there's justifying one's worldview. You failed to justify your worldview.
I explicitly justified it. What are you talking about? Have you seen my debate about proving the unprovable with Jimbob? Here, let's try this another way. But before we do, can you assure me that we're going to have an honest conversation? Can I trust you to tell me the truth and not lie to me?
You can't even come to terms with the fact that you don't even know what justification is.
So was that a no with respect to the honest conversation? I can't trust you? Heartbreak emoji.
What's the mechanism that evaluates senses?
You really do need to answer my question before you ask me one of your own. Are you going to be honest with me? Can I trust you? Will your questions be honest, and do you even believe that you are asking them? Or are you going to continue to argue from the position that you might be a figment of my imagination? Because if you won't even admit your own reality to me, then I don't know what that is other than solipsism. So again, will you be honest with me? And are you real? Or should I assume that you're just my own self-doubt and that I'm a brain in a jar?
Myth of the given. Again, what's the mechanism that evaluates senses?
I don't know what that is, but I asked you first, so I must insist. I'm not going to entertain your questions until we can establish that you have a basis for asking them. So tell me honestly, do you think that you yourself are real? Should I treat you as real? Until and unless you're willing to admit that you have a mind outside my own that can ask me these questions, I see no reason to answer them. We can go around and around on this all day, my solipsistic little friend. You realize you're illustrating that this is purely a retreat to solipsism rather than any kind of internal critique, right?
I know you don't know. If you did, you wouldn't be asking the same lame questions over and over instead of typing books. You should go learn something. I'm not retreating to solipsism. I'm Socratically forcing you to. I can answer the question I asked. You obviously can't.
Then do it, big cat. Answer and prove it. You forced nothing. You can force nothing until you admit you exist. All you have done is insist on your own nihilism. The only thing you've proven is that you won't answer a very basic question that is required in order for us to have a conversation.
Yes, I exist. Now, what's the mechanism that evaluates the senses?
You exist, and I can trust you to tell me the truth, right?
If you had any integrity, these would be questions you would be asking yourself. How do you know what exists? Do you believe in objective and absolute truth? What is the mechanism that evaluates the senses?
If you had integrity, you would agree that you're being honest with me and that I can trust you. Without that, nothing else that you say matters. Not even the admission that you exist matters, because you're unable to commit to being honest. I'm afraid this is foundational. We can't go anywhere without it. I'm going to require that you confirm that what you tell me can be trusted, because otherwise, what does it matter what you say? Give me this one, and then I'll answer your question.
I can't answer your question because I don't know what truth is. Can you explain what it is, please? Please? Why should I care about truth? Is truth good? Is it something objective and absolute? Well, if so, where's it come from? Can we find it with our senses? And what is the mechanism that evaluates those senses?
If you don't know what truth is, such that you can't even assure me that you're being honest with me, then I fail to see what it is that you are saying that you do know, other than that you exist. Surely you must know more than that. Surely you must have access to some concept of truth, because without it you would be retreating to, say it with me, solipsism. Come on now, this is an easy one. Just admit that you're going to be honest with me, that I can trust you, so we can form a basis for our conversation.
I will never grant you these things, so how about we do it your way? We meet up face to face, and I will prove my view is right and yours is wrong.
I have been meaning to get back into grappling. So, I'll consider it. Are you any good? So there you go, guys. Another dramatic reenactment of an interaction that I had with some Yahoo in the comments. And speaking of comments, please do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments who you'd like to see me take on next, and if there's any other interactions that you'd like to see me dramatically reenact. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.